When it comes to the wide receivers for the Houston Texans, the question is who is going to step up and be the number one option for rookie quarterback CJ Stroud? Is it going to be 30-year guy Nico Collins, who we're all expecting a big year from? Veteran Robert Woods, who we just signed from the Tennessee Titans? Veteran Noah Brown, who we just signed from the Dallas Cowboys? Or is it going to be one of our young guys? Third round selection Tank Dell, sixth round selection Xavier Hutchinson, or second year guy John Metchie coming back from cancer, who we are all excited to see. F cancer, we don't know who is going to be the number one option in terms of who is going to be leading in receiving yards in this wide receiver group at the end of the year. Now, Bleacher Report, they put out an article, these 7 wide receivers with the best chance to break out, and third-year guy Nico Collins was on the list. We're going to react to this article, but before we do, welcome everyone to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content. Follow my TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm going to link those down below. We are so close to 7K subscribers, so if you are new here to the family, feel free to like, comment, and definitely sub. Now, let's not forget the Houston Texans traded up for wide receiver Nico Collins. They sent the Carolina Panthers a 4th-round draft pick that was 109th overall, a 5th-round draft pick that was 158th overall, and we gave them a future 2022 4th-round pick, and in exchange, we got the 89th overall selection and used it on Nico Collins from Michigan. Now, I was excited for Nico, a 6'4" wide receiver with 4.3 speed. It screams mismatch, and let's not forget, it was Davis Mills, the first draft pick for the Houston Texans, and Nico Collins the second. The Nick Caserio era started with a quarterback and a wide receiver. He traded up for both in the 3rd round, and we were excited to see what Davis Mills and Nico Collins could do for futures to come. But 3 years later, Davis Mills is not even in the picture. The guy behind center is now rookie franchise quarterback CJ Stroud. But with Nico Collins, the question is he going to show us that he can be a viable and reliable weapon for this Houston Texans team? Is he in the plans for the future? The only one that could let us know is Nico Collins. Now let's go ahead and continue with the article. John Metchie is a prime candidate, although he technically doesn't fit the criteria. He missed the 2022 season while battling a form of leukemia and has no production baseline to measure. Look, I know we are excited for John Metchie to come back, F cancer. And this was someone who, if he didn't tear his ACL late in college football season, this is a potential 1st-round selection. Now, John Metchie, I just think we should be happy that he is playing football again, coming back from cancer. That is not easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. Head coach D'Amico Ryans has said that, his goal is to have him ready by training camp, and it looks like hopefully that will happen. But with John Metchie, I think we need to pump the brakes. This is really year 1 for him. Don't start the expectations to next year after a full year of football. But I'm going to love to see what John Metchie does on the field on Sundays. He is an inspiration by himself, and he hasn't even played a down for the Houston Texans. Now, here is where the article starts. Nico Collins, meanwhile, is someone who's seemingly been on the verge of a breakout that just hasn't quite happened. Man, Nico, when he's at training camp, he makes plays. He looks like a number 1 wide receiver. There was that one practice that our boy Harley was at where Nico Collins stayed after and got some work in, and everyone was taking pictures of him. They were writing articles about him. They were really excited to see this young wide receiver, really putting in the extra work. As a rookie, he notched 33 catches for 446 yards and 1 score. Last year, Collins edged up 37 receptions for 481 yards and 2 touchdowns before a foot injury ended his season in early December. Not only haven't seen Nico Collins really step up in his first 2 years, but we haven't seen a full season from Nico Collins. That's why, you are really on the fence about number 12. You have some fans that say, yes, I could see him being a number 1 or number 2 wide receiver for this team. And then you have the other side of the fence that says, I think Xavier Hutchinson, who was drafted in the 6th round this year, is going to take his spot. The one player that could convince us, ladies and gentlemen, is Nico Collins. And the article continues and it says, but it seems like the 2023 season is a prime opportunity. Not only did the Houston Texans draft CJ Stroud, they shipped top wide receiver Brandon Cooks to the Dallas Cowboys. Collins is now expected to hold the number 1 role in Texas receiving corps. I I agree. We all expect to see Nico Collins being the number 1 wide receiver early in this year, but is he going to keep that? How is it going to be week to week? The article ends and says, even if Houston has a tough season as expected, Collins can establish himself as Stroud's go-to target. Notice how it says right here, Collins can establish himself, because once again, Nico Collins needs to prove it. Has there been some flashes? I don't know. Obviously, you know, in the preseason against the Rams, that big touchdown at the, you know, right before halftime, you got real excited from Nico Collins. You guys let me know how you feel about Nico Collins in year 3. Is he going to break out, or is he just going to show that he is a role player? Go Houston Texans. You guys have a very blessed day.